Hello, and welcome to the Empowerography Podcast. This is a platform created for women's voices to be heard and a place to share their stories, journeys, and successes with the world for the purpose of helping other women who might be on similar journeys. We are empowering women one episode at a time. I'm your host, Brad Walsh, so kick back, grab one of your favorite beverages, and enjoy the stories. Hello, everyone. Brad Walsh here, your host of the Empowerography Podcast. Today, my guest is Melanie Rousseau. She is the CEO and founder of Money Mama. She's based here in Toronto. How are you doing today, Melanie?
I'm wonderful. And yourself?
I'm doing great. It's beautiful weather. What's not to love about Monday morning when it's beautiful outside and warm?
Oh, I agree. We're just saying how beautiful the weather's been. So it's great for the soul.
Yes, we've been very fortunate. Did you have a good weekend?
Yes, I did. I recharged. I didn't have my children this weekend, so it's recharging on Saturday and then work on Sunday.
Excellent. So let's jump right in here. So you're a mama of two, and you're also the CEO and founder of Money Mama. Can you tell us a bit about Money Mama and how long it's been in existence?
Yes, mom of two for sure, and that's what inspired me tremendously. We started Money Mama recently. We started working on it last September, so September 2019. I hired a firm to help me out with that, and we officially launched January 2020. I'm very bad with dates, so that's why I selected this date. So it's all 20, super easy to remember, but it also was meaningful. And so we're still in the baby stage, but I've been an advisor for almost 12 years, and I've always helped clients indirectly with their finances, their budgeting, and all that stuff. But officially, it was this January that we started Money Mama. We created it because we wanted to create a safe space for mom in business to come as they are and share their challenges with their finances. So, as when we do something bad, right? When we do something bad or we feel bad, we always go back to our mothers, right? So that's basically why the name came along. So it's just we want to empower women to make their own decision by showing them avenues that they can create what they want to decide, what they want to do.
Excellent. Yeah. So I read you also worked in the education sector as a teacher. What did you teach and what grade and how long were you teaching for?
Yeah, that's actually what made me move from Quebec. So, the first year I was at prep coverage. So that was exciting. I was teaching about 250 students. So great. Wow. Yes. Report cards time was very exciting. I can tell you that. I remember taking pictures of all my classes because, the Emily that was a straight A student, I couldn't remember who was Emily. She was never misbehaving, right? You remember the one that are more exciting in your class. But the quiet one is like, I'm not too sure. So I was teaching grade 1 to 6 between like drama class, math, science, core French for grade 5 and 6, music. I had so many different subjects. And then the second year, I was lucky to have a grade 3. Okay. So it was a wonderful experience. It's not my background, but I had an opportunity because I spoke French. I was teaching French immersion. Yeah, French immersion school in Markham. So which was great. Yeah, I loved it.
So what inspired you to make the jump from teaching to become an entrepreneur?
The thing is, I never thought I would be an entrepreneur, ever. I was raised by 2 blue-collar parents who work for the government, and it makes me laugh every time because I can tell you that only last year my mom realized that I was made to be an entrepreneur. But before that, she used to tell me, "You are ruining your talent. You're bilingual. You should be working for the government."
Right.
But no, it all started after I was a teacher. I did apply for Freedom 55 to become a financial advisor because I saw the ad on the newspaper. I had 5 interviews with person's named Floyd. I will always remember him because he was so patient with me. And on the 5th interview, I'm 23 years old at the time. And I'm like, you know what? I cannot be commission-based only. I'm on my own. Life here is so expensive. I'm from Quebec, so rent was like $200 a month.
Wow.
And Markham, I'm paying like $650. And that's, a long time ago. That's 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, no way, I can't. So I did a few things after I left teaching. I worked for French colleges and then, financial services. And then I became a project manager in marketing. Mm-hmm. And what made me realize is I love the creative side, but I'm not a competitive person. And I'm more a competitive person for myself. And I love helping other people. And one of my colleagues and friend got sick with breast cancer. Mm-hmm. And I saw the impact that it did to her finances. Very challenging. And so, funny enough, I received an email right in the middle where she got sick for a request for interview. Floyd had kept my resume and I guess had put some notes. He must have put a lot of notes on them. But a person named Michelle called me. Mm-hmm. And, for me, I always believe in signs.
Yeah.
When you're meant to do something, then it always comes back to you. And so I kept an open mind. It's one of my philosophy in life. Just keep open. Mm-hmm. And so I went for the interview, connected very well with Michelle. And she kind of broke it down for me. And she basically told me, you can do it. And, my English is not super good either. Like, project management was like the first English job that I've had, really.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So, and all my friends, mostly, they all speak French. But it's okay because, again, I felt good about it. I think it was a right timing. I was 26 at a time, a little bit older, more mature.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, I decided to take the jump. I had a husband at the time, so also was easier to have kind of that support.
Yeah.
So and that's what inspired me. It's my friends. My friend got sick. So
when incidents like that happen to people around us, it really makes you reevaluate and think and look at our own lives and say, well, look at this. If this can happen to so and so, it can happen to me too. So I better start living my life and doing what I want to do, doing what makes me happy.
Oh my gosh, well said. Absolutely, absolutely agree. Life always has a way to teach you the hard way if you don't listen. I've learned. I've learned. But it's good. It's good. Like everything in life happens for a great reason. And again, like as we age, we realize that much easier. It's like, okay, what do I have to learn with this event?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Now, do you focus your business primarily on helping women?
Yes. And I, I'm not a feminist and I love working with men. I really do. It's funny because there are men that are knocking at my door, but the only reason why I don't take on men as for now is because I really can relate mostly with women at this time. My resources are built around being a woman and being in our feminine energy.
Okay.
So
that's
the only reason. That's the only reason. With that said, does that mean that I'm never going to take men? No, I plan on actually creating a program for men as well. But now, we have to focus on one thing at a time.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
I agree.
Yeah, that's why I decided to focus on mom in business.
Okay. So how did you come up with the name for the business?
Well, I hired a firm, right? And once they got to know me and what I wanted to achieve, and, I love people. And I think most women can relate when we become a mom. But in general, women are nurturers, right? And so I wanted a name that inspired people to just come as they are. And so they came up with Money Mama, and I resonated with that. Granted, I wish Money Mama always make me laugh in a way because that's my personality too. I'm like, but I should, like, with a name like that, I should look like Beyonce,
Oh my gosh.
So Money Mama is, again, it's the nurture of welcoming the safe space for women to come as they are, because as the mom of money, I'm here to help guide them through their challenges sometimes, or to bring them to the next level.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
what is it that excites or inspires you about helping guide people with their mindset around money and helping people become financially aware and more comfortable? Because I mean, a lot of people have that problem. It's a mindset issue, right? So what is it that excites you or inspires you to do that?
See, for me is if I look back in my life, it's everything that I have lived, my life experience. I left home, I was very young, and I had to take care of myself. And because of this blessing, I have learned very early on to believe, like ask, believe, and have faith. Okay. Like I'm a very grateful person, and I think that's why life blessed me so much, right? It brought me amazing people along the way, and that's why I always felt compelled to give back to this world and make a difference, positive impact.
Okay.
So that's really what excites
lights your fire. And
is walking through someone's life. And that's funny because I'm choking up. It's walking through someone's life and holding their hands sometimes when they feel completely defeated by life. Yeah. It's just to give them hope. And because I've had that multiple times in my life where I didn't think I was good enough to accomplish what I wanted to do. But life always sent me someone, even for short term, to give me a message when I needed it and to tell me not to give up, to continue. And we all have this ability. That's why I teach my kids now that too, that in life we walk and we don't know what people carries on their shoulders. So it's very important. True. It's important that even if it's just a smile, this smile can carry them to the next day. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Smile can make someone's day completely. It's because you don't know what that person's been through that you see on the street. You don't know their journey or their story or what they're going through at that moment. So it's best to try and I was just talking with my wife about this yesterday. You got to try and be kind to everybody because you have no idea what they're going through. Correct. And because I have received that so many times, like I always call them my earth angels. Right? I love it. Yeah. We have multiple earth angels that just shows you the sign to say, that's okay. You know what? You're covered. You're not alone. Yeah. Somebody's got you. That's it. Exactly. Have you always been good with money, had that positive relationship with money? You know, Brad, that's funny because I try not to use always and never. Right. So, to be honest, I've always been good with money, yes, but I've had my phases where, you know, when I was, let's say 13 years old, you know, might not be buying the right items per se. But yeah, I've always been lucky to have my grandmother who taught me, because she owns multiple properties. And she really educated me well and showed me, like I remember collecting rent with her. Yeah. Right. And that was really empowering for me because, you know, she would make it a point that, yes, it is work, but see what it creates in your life. Yeah. So at a very young age, it stuck to my mind, and I made it a point for myself to do it as soon as I could to buy my first property. Okay. Mindset-wise, no, I was not. I didn't have a really good relationship with money. My parents educated me, and again, I'm not blaming them, but I am at the same time. Yeah. Again, that's why as parents, we need to be very careful how we share with money, right? Yeah. Because it's key. Like I want my kids to feel limitless, that they can, you know, make $1 million a month if that's what they want to make. Yeah. Yeah. But for me, I was taught that money was very hard to earn. Yes. You have to work really hard. My dad had 2-3 jobs for most of my life. I've seen him hustling, right? Just to make ends. And I would hear my parents often saying, you know, and they were not poor. We were like a middle class, normal, you know, I didn't miss anything in my life. But I just heard the way that they talk was like, well, money disappears really quickly. We don't have enough. So no, I had to change that. And even when I hired one of my coach, she realized that very quickly, that everything in my business goal did not include money.
Right.
It was all about giving back and
Yes.
helping others. And she's like, Melanie, money should be on the top of your list, because that's how you can help more people.
That's right.
And I'm so grateful for her, because I didn't feel worthy of receiving the type of money that I was receiving at the time. And that's why I was giving it away.
Right.
All to charity, right? Because I'm like, I should not be making that much.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
It's good to be aware of where you stand and why you have these limited beliefs, and then clear them up.
For sure. Now, are most of the issues that your clients experience centered around their relationship and mindset with money, would you say? I
would say yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like it all, especially women, because I get it. It's the worthiness. Right. We are built to nurture. We are built to give. And so sometimes, not all of them, there are women that I meet that are really good at asking money. And that's great. Right. But most of them, I find, do not charge enough for what they actually give. And it's all about their money mindset. Absolutely. So that's why in part of our program, that's why we work that first, because that's the foundation of everything.
Right. So speaking of your process and whatnot, what is your process with your clients from the time they contact you to the working process with them? How does that work? Can you explain a bit about that for us?
Yeah, absolutely. On the life insurance part, or on the insurance part, I should say, then we have first 15 minutes chat just to see if I'm the right fit for them, right? It's very key, because I always joke around with them. I say, you know what? Like, if you choose me as an advisor, I almost become like one of your family member. Right. Right? I want to be there, and I want to know your life. And it's important that you feel comfortable. And after 12 years being in business, Brad, like, I do not take anything personal anymore.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, the end goal here is them. It's for them to get what they want, right? So if our personality does not resonate with one another, that's okay, right? I know wonderful advisors that I can refer, and sometimes it's happened. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So if we decide to move forward to the first meeting, then we chat, and I just get to know them. I ask prompt questions to make sure that I can build a plan that will last a lifetime for them. Okay. And then the second meeting is that I'll just show them avenues of, okay, here's what I've discovered. Here's my recommendation. And then if it makes sense to them, or if they have questions, I go back to the drawing board to do some alternative plans, or if what they've seen resonate with them, then they move forward. Okay. On the coaching program, this is still very, very, very new. I'm working on an online program right now, which is hopefully going to be done by the end of August. Excellent. I was hoping sooner, to be honest. But with COVID and having my kids throughout the day,
makes it a little more difficult, right?
That's very exciting. Yeah, it's not like I can film my videos while I have 2 little kiddos beside me.
Yeah, very true.
Yes, but I'm also working on creating some budgeting, a monthly budgeting for single and couples. Okay. Because that's a big, big part of separation out there, especially for couples, right?
Yes,
the finances are not aligned. And because I've gone through this thing twice, again, we all create stuff because of our experiences, right?
Yes, so absolutely.
Couples stays, or either separate for another reason.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what basically we're creating. But
okay.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited.
I love it. Well, I'm sure you'll get it done in due time, and it'll be ready to go, and you can launch, and it'll be very successful, I'm sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So I read that you had to work your way up in life and experience some awakening events in your life. Can you share a bit about your story or journey with us about that, around that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to try not to get emotional.
If you need to, it's okay.
Exactly. If I made everybody cry. Well,
That's
again,
right.
I left home, I was 16 years old. And now that I look back, I was not complying to my parents' request. I don't blame them at all. It was actually my biggest blessing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I came here to accumulate enough money to put myself through school because I didn't have, and I didn't want to waste my time in a way that I wanted to learn a new skill. My English was horrible. So I thought to myself, okay, I have an aunt and uncle that lives in Mississauga. I'll move in with them and then I'll learn English.
Okay.
It took me about 4 months in order for me to get a job interview.
Wow.
Because I was so bad in English, you have no idea. I probably knew only like 3 words. It was bad. And even in my interview, like the gentleman's name was Mark. Again, I could never forget because he's talking to me and my answers were mostly, I don't understand, I'm sorry. And he gave me my uniform. I don't even know why he hired me. He gave me my uniform and he pointed at the calendar. You're going to start here.
Yeah.
6:00 a.m. And I have to ask my aunt, can you just confirm? Because I'm not too sure which time he said. Anyway, I accumulated enough money to go back to school. So went back to Quebec to complete my international business diploma.
Okay.
And then moved back here right after I was done. And then I became a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So with all that I have lived, like my first separation, well, I bought my first property at 26, became a mom at 29.
Wow.
The first time. Got separated at 34. Second separation at 37.
Mm-hmm.
I had my daughter at 36. And so all of these experiences, it got me to the point where first, I don't judge people.
Yeah.
Because I remember having a teacher in college and I judged her because she had 3 kids with 3 different men.
Yeah.
And here I am with 2 kids with 2 different men. Mm-hmm. Right? And if God did the third one, then I'll be right in her shoes.
Yes, exactly.
So it's a very humbling moment when, and sorry my language, but shit happens.
No, that's okay. You can swear.
Right? Shit happens. And,
yes.
And we also learn to surrender.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I got it tattooed on my forearm. Let it go and have faith. Because that was one of my biggest lessons when I left my ex when I had my daughter 15 months old.
Right.
Right? I had to have faith. I didn't know how I would make it work. I really didn't. But when you lead with your heart, you rarely can be wrong. And again, I live my life to the fullest and the best way I can. And I've made mistakes, multiple mistakes. Yeah. But do I have regrets? Absolutely not. Why? Because I always lead with my heart, even when it's the toughest path to take. And that's what I want for my kids. Sometimes I may look selfish or unreasonable because I do what I do because my heart tells me. Right. Right. And sometimes as people, we don't understand that. But this to me was the most awakening moment is we have only one life. As long as you keep an honest heart and you don't hurt people, right? In a way, in a very extreme way, and act as very high integrity. This is, you've got to do what brings you joy and what feels right to you.
Well, life is fleeting. It's very short. And why would you want to spend your life miserable and doing something you hate doing? You might as well be happy. You're only here for a short time, so do what brings you joy.
Right, absolutely. But I meet so many people, Brad, that, you can tell. Yeah. They are in a relationship. And my own parents were in a relationship for 30 years, right? And remember my mom sharing with me when he left after almost 30 years of marriage. She's like, I should have never stayed.
Yeah.
I stayed for my kids. And that always stayed with me.
Wow. Well, see, at least you took value from that. I don't know. I find that a lot of parents do that. They stay for the kids. And I honestly have to say, I think that is the absolute worst thing you can do, because kids are intuitive. They see more than we give them credit for. They're smarter than we give them credit for. And they can feel the tense and the emotion. And when things aren't right, they know. And to bring them up in that environment, I think is worse for them than to bring them up with a single parent.
100%. 100% agree with you. I knew as a child that things were not right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's important, as challenging as it may be.
Yeah.
And again, like, I don't judge people who stays in relationship too. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. Right. But it's really up to us. We always have a choice.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Always.
Yeah. I mean, it may not be the greatest choice at the time, but you do have a choice.
Correct. It might be the toughest choice.
Yeah, absolutely. And it usually is, right? It's usually the tougher choice that you got to make.
Yes, absolutely.
But you have to do it.
But once you make that tough choice, Brad, I feel it's when you come out on the other side, it's freeing.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree.
It gives you perspective on really who's important, what's important.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the bottom line.
For sure.
Yeah.
Very wise words, very wise advice.
That's why I have a lot of white hair.
Oh my gosh. So how do you teach your kids about money and the mindset around money?
Yes. Oh, this is fun. This is fun to teach them. I remember when my son was 18 months old, we went on a trip and then we went back. We go back every year, right? And so when he was around three, we came back from Mexico and he said to me, Mommy, I want to go back right away. And I said, well, baby, it's not free.
Mm-hmm.
You need to pay. So that for me, I took that opportunity right away. I said, okay, I think he's ready to hear the money talk.
Yeah.
Right? So we opened a beach bank.
Okay.
So I just used the jar and we put a little palm tree on it. And so I looked at him and I said, well, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start saving money to go to the beach.
Yeah.
Right? Because mommy and daddy has to pay for that.
Yeah.
And that's how I started with him. When he was almost 8 years old, we opened his bank account.
Okay.
So now he has his bank card and he's 9 now.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows that every time that he receives a gift, a money gift, at his birthday, most of the time my mom would send him money or my dad.
Mm-hmm.
At a very young age, I think I started doing that at 5 years old. I would say to Adrian, okay, we receive $50. Let's give $5 to charity.
Yeah.
Because I also believe in that tremendously.
Right.
I want my kids to give back because we're very blessed.
Yeah.
So we're always in this life together.
Yeah, for sure.
So we would give $5 to the charity of his choice. Then he has $45. I would say, okay, so what do you want to do? Do you want to save it? Or do you want to buy something for yourself? And you know what? Most of the time, he would say, you know what? I'm going to save it. Or he would say, I'm going to use only $10 to buy something. So then he sees that his money is accumulating in his bank account. Now that he's 9, I hook him up with a friend of mine who does stock investment.
Okay.
So he's showing Adrian how to invest in stocks and how it works. Like there's a website that we are using that simulate the real stock market.
Okay.
So it's kind of neat to see. My daughter is almost 3. So I'm going to start doing the same thing. Like she loves Frozen. So it's a matter of using what they love and teach them. Again, I guess I could say going against the grain of instant gratification.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because it is very easy nowadays to just buy whatever, whenever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I really want them to learn how to pause before they buy.
Mm-hmm.
to say to themselves, is this meaningful to me? Will it bring me joy? Like, or is it aligned with my vision in life?
Right.
Right. So it's just let us step. And again, they will, if I remember, they will go buy random stuff, and that's okay. That's part of the process.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When I started working full time, I remember buying myself like $120 shirt.
Yeah.
But I learned pretty fast that making $6.05, I need to work damn a lot of hours to get that shirt.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So I've got that mentality in life that you have sometimes like tough love with my kids. You're going to learn the hard way. You're going to take yourself out, but mommy's going to always be there.
Yeah.
By your side.
Yeah.
Right? But they need to learn. And sometimes, we need to learn the hard way.
That's right. That's
right. Make a stupid decision.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, they have to learn for themselves and experience things, experience the ups and the downs, and that's how they learn.
That's it. That's exactly. And that's why I feel so blessed with my life experience, that I was on my own since a very young age, but it gave me so much. So, that's why even with my kids, I send them to Quebec every single year for 1 month this year by myself to see my parents.
Yeah.
And my Adrian is resistant because he's more of a homebody.
Right.
It's harder. And it kills me. It kills me to send him because he cries almost every day.
Yeah.
But does he come back changed and more mature? Absolutely. Because he feels, okay, I've done it. Yeah. It was tough, but I've done it. I've pushed myself to do something I wasn't comfortable in doing. So that's another important thing as
absolutely
your finances is that you, especially when you're self-employed, right? Know that we need to push ourselves out of our comfort zone.
Absolutely, that's key. That is so important.
Yeah, even though we don't want to.
Yes. Are there any specific tools or books that have really helped you on your journey that you could recommend?
Yes, I have 4 that I really enjoy. One is called Spend from Stephanie Holmes. That's one of the first that I've read when I started as a financial advisor, because she speaks about the behavior of why budget don't work. Okay. Right? I really like that. Think and Grow Rich is something that I'm reading right now. The Wealthy Barber. Yeah. And I Will Teach You to Be Rich. So they're like different vibe, different philosophy. Again, when I read a book, it's about picking and choosing what resonate with my personality.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And what, like for me, for instance, right, I used to be mutual fund licensed, but more of a real estate investor. Okay. That's why I don't do investment with my clients. I refer them to an investment specialist. If that's the route I talk about it, here's the options. But I'm more someone who knows where my heart leads, and I cannot recommend anything that I personally don't believe in.
Yes, absolutely.
But that doesn't mean that it's not good for someone, right?
Yes, yeah,
I always
for sure.
mind that. Yeah. So those are the four books right now that I really enjoy.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could go back, would you change anything about how you did things? Would you change anything about your journey?
No, I would not, because I always lead with my heart. But the one thing is I could probably, like, knowing what I know now, I didn't have to work so hard. Right. That's the one thing that my younger self didn't know, right? Because I had 2 jobs for the longest time too. So, but no regrets. I wouldn't change. Anything.
Okay. Can you share a situation that's occurred in your life that you feel would provide insight as to your character, as to who you are as a person?
Again, like there are so many situations in my life where, I am a very independent and persistent person and resourceful because I had to raise myself on my own and to make these steps. But situations, I mean, I guess that's the first thing that came to mind when I saw this question. Is like, again, the one thing I can share is I manifest very well because I write things down.
Okay.
Of what I want. And as, what's the term? As cheesy as it can be, writing things down, honestly, really, really helps, and be specific of what you need.
Okay. All right. What would you say is the best advice you've ever received?
From my grandma.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma, again, because we had those chats on her balcony with our tea, and she would talk to me like she wasn't working, right? My grandmother worked, but she wasn't working, but she was the master of the household though. And she took care of the money, and because she shared with me that because they made wise investment, it carried them forward. That's why she showed me at a very young age, when you start working, you're going to save in your RRSPs, because there's a program that you can take some money to invest in real estate, right? The first time home buyer plan. Like she told me very early on that existed. And because I knew that my grandparents were quite well off, right?
Right.
Inspired me to do the same and to pay myself first.
Yes.
Right. And so that's why I'm so grateful for that advice, because today, especially after my second separation, if I didn't build what I built, I would have been in a shelter with my kids.
Right. Right.
So yeah, I'm super grateful for my grandma.
I'm sure.
She was a Donald Trump. I don't know if that's a good comparison, but
business wise, let's clarify that.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's clarify that.
Yeah, absolutely.
What makes you feel inspired or like your best self?
What makes me feel inspired is when I see that I was able to bring people up. To show them the way to make it, to have a positive impact in their life. Okay. That to me is worth more than millions. Yeah. It really truly is the best gift I can ever receive.
I love it. What would you say is one of the most important things you've learned in your life, and what was your life like before learning it, and what was your life like after learning it?
Yeah, we touched a little bit on this before. Like, doesn't matter what people think of you, really. Yeah. It doesn't matter. You do you. Right? Because what feels right to you might not feel right to me. But I have learned to follow my intuition.
Follow your heart.
And my heart. My heart has always followed, but my intuition, not always. And that's why I have learned what I have learned. Right. Each and every time I didn't follow my intuition, I would tell myself, damn, why did I do that again? But it's okay. Again, like, I have no resentment on people or choices that I've made. It was just, now I see it. It was the most incredible learning experience. That's why now I'm able to say, okay, I got myself into this shit. What am I learning from this? Yeah, for sure. And that's the beauty of it. It really, it's freeing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Who would you say have been the three most influential people in your life?
Yeah, my bestie, Natalia. I still learn from her tremendously. She is a person who leads with love. Okay. She's the most incredible, like, my gosh. Like, I don't know how to express it. Like, she's the most loving person. Like, I know that she has been betrayed by some people, but even with that, she is like just responding with love, right? Which is a beautiful quality that I'm trying to be more like, I'm more of fire sign.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of, I was always very reactive to life.
Right.
Now that I'm getting older, again, that's a beautiful part of being older.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost 40 and life is shifting. It's more like, I don't need to react.
Yeah.
Right? That's great. My grandmother, I will always name her. My grandmother was a big, big part of my life. She mostly raised me and educated me and, showed me integrity and respect and honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And both my exes, I wanted to put them in there.
Yeah.
Because those two men are incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so grateful that I was able to create what I created because of what they taught me.
Mm-hmm.
So, those would be, I know it's four. That's four.
Okay. That's okay.
But I count like exes as one.
Yeah, there we go.
They're going to exes category.
How would you like to be remembered, Melanie?
I see that gets me crying. I want to be remembered as a woman who cared to see people rise and be happy, and someone who they knew will always have their back.
Love it.
That's really what I want.
What would you do if you had enough money for the rest of your life and didn't have to work? What do you think you'd be doing?
I would still be working. I cannot sit still. It's something with me. I would show people to create the same for themselves.
Yeah.
That's what I really truly want. That's why Money Mama was created. I want everybody to win. I really do.
I love that attitude and the way you think, and it's amazing. Constantly wanting to help people, wanting to better people.
We're all connected.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We all connected. And when we realize that, it's like everything goes out the window. I meet people who has millions, but I don't see them differently as someone who just started working.
Yeah.
Right? The only difference is that one has a little bit more knowledge than the other, maybe.
That's right.
That's why I'm picking the millionaire's brain, so then I can learn for myself and I can pass it on.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
That's key, I think, in life.
For sure. What are some of the challenges that you think the next generation will face?
I think that, to be on the laughing side, the dating will be very challenging.
Yes.
Trying to date, and that's just weird online. But on a more serious tone, I think that they will need to plan ahead for the retirement.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I foresee, CPP, OAS. I really don't believe that these government plan will be there for our children. So the corporations are not offering either, rarely offering.
Yeah.
Like pension plan, like match-up plans and stuff. So they will have to just be very dedicated into making it happen for themselves. Right? And also the real estate market, right?
Yeah.
Toronto, I can only speak for Toronto because that's what I know. But with the mortgage rules being more strict, the income not really keeping up with the inflation or the cost of living, like it would take a lot for kids to accumulate enough down payment. There are ways, and I do have some ideas.
I'm sure you do.
Share at this time, because we are creating, my bestie and I, we are creating a company that will be helping a lot of people.
Amazing.
But those are the things. Like back in the day when I bought my first property, I had $15,000 down payment. That's all I had. But I bought a condo downtown Toronto, Richmond Street West, and Portland. $179,000.
Wow.
Now it's probably worth $650. 14 years later, it's not that far.
No, it's not.
Right? It's like almost 5 times the price. That's why, to me, investing. And again, I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket, but really investment, like I cannot find any investment who's going to give me that when my mortgage is basically paid by somebody else.
Yeah, very true.
The risk is minimized, right?
Mm-hmm,
Like stock market to me is great.
Yeah.
But it's like gambling.
Yeah.
And I don't like gambling. Granted, you can make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, yeah.
But you can also lose a lot of money.
That's it. And I'm like, in real estate, you cannot really lose, even if the market goes down. As long as you hold, someone paying your mortgage, then to me, it's like, well, it's, unless you have a very bad tenant, that's the risk.
Yeah.
Right? It's the risk. But then if you educate yourself, okay, what can I do if I do have a bad tenant? Here's the steps to take.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have reserve fund on the side. Stakes to here, if God forbid you do have a bad tenant, then you don't have to stress too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does the word empowerment mean to you?
You know, on a daily basis, it probably changes. You know that, right? But today, what came to my mind when I looked at this is bringing the light out of people. Show them that they can do anything. That's what came to my mind.
Love that. What is one of your favorite quotes?
I never lose. I either win or learn.
Nelson Mandela.
Yes, I love him. Yeah.
That's to a great quote.
Yeah. When I screw up, it gives me peace. I'm like, okay, I've learned something.
If you were guaranteed the correct answer to one question in life, what would that question be?
Oh, that's so tricky. This one is so tricky. But that would be, okay, so how do I create $1 billion company in less than 3 years?
Okay.
Then I would like to know like exactly the step to take. The shortcuts.
The shortcut, yeah. To what extent do you think that we shape our own destiny, and how much is left up to fate?
Yes. You know us, lady. We love to plan. We love to plan. And I'm like that. Like I'm a very much so goal and oriented person. And I have I'm a big visionary. And that's why I have it tattooed on my arm though, is I do have a lot of faith. I have learned to let things go when it doesn't go my way. Right? Because sometimes I'm a controlling person.
Okay.
I fully admit that I want, the outcome that I want.
Yeah.
But when things don't work, I have also learned that it's probably for the best. And once you let it go, then if it's meant for you, it will happen.
Yeah.
Just like if I tell you a story, I was told I couldn't have children. Right? And we tried IVF and didn't work. And then we did our adoption process, right? I made all the steps to have the outcome that I wanted. And when we decided to do the adoption, it's like there was something that kind of left me. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let it go. And I did. I said, if God doesn't want me to be a mother, then that's okay. I'm going to enjoy my friends' kids.
Yeah.
And my mom used to tell me that. Just let it go. It's going to happen. And it's like, well, easier said than done.
It's a hard mindset to get into, that's for sure.
Yes, because we want what we want, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And it was, for me, a thing that I always wanted to be as a mom. I always, since a very young age, I'm the oldest of both families, so I babysat all my cousins, all of them. And I love that. But once I let it go, 2 months later, I got pregnant.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So again, like as frustrating as it is to say you need to let it go, it's like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah, my father always said to me, he says, what's meant for you won't go by you.
Correct. It is so true. It's true.
Yeah.
Just like me being an advisor, I decided not to go with it at 23 years old. It came back to me at 26.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But again, it's very hard to get into that mindset. But once you get there, thing, it's a drastic change. Your life will change once you get to that point where you realize, you know what, this is how things are supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. And you will have it.
Mm-hmm.
You will have it in good times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to have a dinner party and had to invite a musician, a politician, a famous couple, and a family member, who would you invite?
Oh, okay. For me, I love Ellen DeGeneres. I love her.
Okay.
I just love her personality. She makes people laugh. She's so genuine and she's very generous. I think we would have a blast. We would probably drink too much. Anyway, yeah, that would be her, because I would want to pick her right now, because I know she has gone through a lot of hardship in her life too, just coming out of the closet and stuff, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
She always kept going, and that, to me, that's very, very inspiring. You know, Oprah is on the list too, for sure, and I know they're good friends, so maybe they could come together.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love that. Yeah, it's one of my dreams, actually, to meet both of them.
Okay.
I really want. So here, I'm putting in the universe, meeting Oprah and Ellen DeGeneres.
There you go.
I'll bring you with me, and you bring your wife, right? Because then if I get it, it's because of you.
Sounds good. Sounds good. What would your perfect day be like?
Oh, I would wake up in my vacation property on the beach, and would probably start with a very healthy breakfast and work in the morning. And, you know, in my business, I would work on only a few couple of hours. Then I would have my workout, and then the rest of the day would just be like with my kids and family time, and have a big dinner gathering almost every night with family and friends. Like, I dream of having the biggest kitchen table. Like, I'm in a small, but my table, if you could see my kitchen table, I can fit easily 10. Most of the space, but I just love having people over.
Okay.
Love
Excellent. How would you describe yourself in one word?
I would say passionate.
Passionate. Okay.
I love life. I love people. You know, I love creating. Yeah, I enjoy la joie de vivre.
If you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be?
Take care of your health. Take time to recharge. That's what I would tell myself.
Yeah, you could have all the money in the world, and if you don't have your health, what good is that money?
Correct. And and the reason why I learned that is I almost lost my health last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you live and you learn. I'm grateful back on, but you know, now that's why I know that it's important at least to take one day off work.
Yeah.
A week. Because as self-employed, you know, even Wednesday, Canada Day, I forgot that it was a holiday.
Yeah.
Because it was a Wednesday, right? So it's Wednesday, okay. So I had a full day meeting, which is okay. But again, as self-employed, we do tend to get very excited about what we're creating.
Absolutely.
Right? Just like
and the time falls away, you just forget.
Yes. And just speaking with you, Brad, I know you have so much passion for your business and this podcast, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And I love that. And you have big goals and vision. And
I do.
Do it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's still important to know, okay, you know what? Yes, we have the momentum. It's good to have the momentum, but it's also important to make sure that we take time to recharge.
For sure. And lastly, if you were to deliver your last 30-second speech to the world, what would that 30 seconds sound like?
I'm horrible at speeches, right? You know, I would say it like this. Life has brought me so many blessings, including opportunities, people, lessons, my 2 little babies, and so much health and wealth. And I have lived my life with so many gratefulness. People that I've hurt, I'm sorry. To the people who I've loved, I'm thankful. To the people who deliver me messages or lessons, I have learned. Follow your heart, intuition, and have faith that things will always work the way they should, especially when we speak with love.
That's beautiful. I love that. That's amazing, Melanie. That's so beautiful. It's there's so much truth there, and it's just very simple and to the point. I love it.
We all make misstep. Like, I never use the word mistake because I don't feel that it exists.
Right.
And I'm not a perfect person. I strive to be better each day. And sometimes it's hard to say sorry.
Yeah, sometimes it is, for sure.
Absolutely. But again, I always try to see it as, if I were to die tomorrow, would I leave anyone feeling a certain way? And I wouldn't want that. Right? Because again, we all react.
Yes, we do.
Sometimes.
Yeah, we do.
And yeah, in times things always gets better. So.
Well, thank you so much, Melanie, for taking the time to share and show us a little bit of insight into your journey.
Yeah, I feel so truly honored that Jessica connected us together, because when I spoke to you the first time, you're an incredible human being too, and empowering.
Thank you.
Your goal of empowering women just the way that you do, to me, is just such a beautiful gift to the world. So thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Once again, my name is Brad Walsh, host of your Empowerography Podcast. Today, my guest has been Melanie Rousseau, CEO and founder of Money Mama, based right here in Toronto. Thank you so much, Melanie. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Yes, you too, Brad. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends. You can find me at visuphoria.ca and follow me on Instagram at Empowerography Podcast and on Facebook at Empowerography. Please join me next time for another inspirational story from yet another amazing woman.